Welcome back! My name is Baller Scuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1980, and today we're going to talk about Zork. The story of Zork takes us back to MIT. We have not talked about MIT since our History of Modern Computing video. However, MIT maintained a high-level computer science curriculum. On top of that, MIT was connected to networks that would help spread the video games of the time. One of the most influential games of the time, of course, was Colossal Cave Adventure. We talked about and played Colossal Cave Adventure in a previous video. By 1977, MIT started seeing versions of Colossal Cave Adventure on campus, and it became very popular among the students there. We will focus for now on the Dynamic Modeling Group at MIT's Laboratory of Computer Science. In particular, we will focus on Dave Lebling, Mark Blank, and Tim Anderson. These three students were impressed with Colossal Cave Adventure, but felt that they could improve on it. So, in the spring of 1977, they began to create their own adventure game on their PDP-10 using the Muddle programming language. The Muddle programming language allowed for more complicated and more specific commands than Colossal Cave Adventure's programming language. This upgrade in programming language would prove to be powerful and instrumental in showing that this new game would be an improvement over its predecessor. Lebling, Blank, Anderson, and several other students, calling themselves the Imps, short for implementers, created their own world, their own map, and even stories and self-contained puzzles to populate their adventure game. By the summer of 1977, the game was playable. This initial version was ported and released on the ARPANET. Major development on the game was completed by the fall of 1978, and Dungeon, as the game was named, was popular. However, Tactical Studies Rules, the publishers of Dungeons & Dragons, took exception to the name. TSR claimed that the name violated their copyrights. So, the game's name was changed back to its working title, Zork. Zork is a word often used by MIT hackers as a name for any unfinished program until the program is ready to be installed on the system. During the game's development, the game's source code was protected. However, a hacker was able to get past the encryption. Digital Equipment Corporation, DEC, was able to use the decrypted source to create a version that could run on a PDP-11, which was programmed in the Fortran 4 programming language. This version, created by Bob Supnick, was released in January 1978. That version, still known as Dungeon, was ported to several other computer platforms. On June 22, 1979, Tim Anderson, Joel Beres, Mark Blank, Mike Bruce, Scott Cutler, Stu Galley, Dave Lebling, JCR Licklider, Chris Reeve, and Al Vaitza founded Infocom, a video game company. Joel Beres and Mark Blank convinced the other founders that Zork could be sold commercially on home computers. However, most home computers did not support either Muddle or Fortran programming languages, and the game was too large to store on a floppy disk or cassette tape. So the idea then became to create a new programming language, the Zork Implementation Language, or ZIL. This would run on a virtual machine, known as a Z machine, which would be ported in Z-Machine Interpreter Programs, or ZIPs. The first such ZIP was created in 1979. The game was also downsized, cut almost in half, so that only around 100 locations remained. With Joel Beres as president of Infocom, Zork had two working versions by early 1980, a PDP-11 version and a TRS-80 version. Infocom approached Personal Software in February 1980. Personal Software was the publisher of VisiCalc, which we talked about in 1979. Personal Software agreed to distribute the TRS-80 version, but had no interest in the PDP-11 version. Zork, like Colossal Cave Adventure, is a text adventure game. The player controls an adventurer who discovers a subterranean land known as the Great Underground Empire. The player's goal is to collect the 20 treasures of Zork and install them in the trophy case. By doing so, the player will score the maximum amount of points available in the game, earning the rank of Master Adventurer. Infocom released the PDP-11 version of Zork in November 1980. This version was released on an 8-inch floppy disk and a hand-copied manual. In December 1980, Personal Software released the TRS-80 version of Zork, and the long MIT project was now available on the home computer market. And that is the background of Zork. That means that it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is Zork. Now, this is not the original version of the game, but once again, we're talking about a text adventure game, so ultimately everything will be the same except for the font. And I believe that this top bar in the original game was not there, but it's useful information to have. It's not going to necessarily change what we're doing, though. I have played Zork on the channel before, but I feel that it is short enough for me to redo it, and I will try to be a little bit more thorough this time. So let's go ahead and get into Zork. This is Zork, the Great Underground Empire. We start west of house. You are standing in an open field west of a white house with a boarded front door. There is a small mailbox here. Now, before we actually start doing things, I want to change a setting of the game. And just in case the setting is not already on the most descriptive setting, that's what I'm going to set it to now. The command, I guess you could use, is verbose. And now we have maximum verbosity. It's going to be as descriptive as it can possibly be, or at least it's going to give us all of the information that we need in great detail. So with that done, let's open up the mailbox. Opening the small mailbox reveals a leaflet. We're going to read the leaflet. Welcome to Zork. Zork is a game of adventure, danger, and low cunning. In it, you will explore some of the most amazing territory ever seen by mortals. No computer should be without one. I would agree with that. This is a fun game, and it's one that is not going to take up a lot of space, so I would suggest finding a copy if you can. We're going to do some useless things now to try to show off some of the kind of fun things that you can do. We're going to get those out of the way because otherwise I will forget about them. We'll start by saying Zork, just Zork, at your service. Some people think that this means that the narrator's name is Zork. I kind of am of the mindset that it thinks that me, the player, is addressing the game, and therefore the game is responding to me, and it's not necessarily the narrator, but maybe we just have a difference of opinion on that. We can also scream. Arg! Is there just one scream? Yeah, I think there's just one scream. We can also jump. Do you expect me to applaud? Very good. Now you can go to the second grade. Are you enjoying yourself? Whee! All right, I think we're done jumping. With that done, I think we are ready to move on. I will try to point out some other kind of small things that we can do along the way. I'll also try to point out when you can die, which is often in this game, especially if you jump. I once jumped inside. Well, we'll get there. And I'll show you guys when I died trying to go through this. All right, let's actually do something. Let's head north. North of house. You are facing the north side of a white house. There is no door here, and all the windows are boarded up. To the north, a narrow path winds through the trees. Let's head north again to the forest path. There is a path winding through a dimly lit forest. The path heads north-south here. One particularly large tree with some low branches stands at the edge of the path. Well, large tree, low branches. I think that means we need to climb it. Up a tree. You're about 10 feet above the ground, nestled among some large branches. The nearest branch above you is above your reach. Beside you on the branch is a small bird's nest. In the bird's nest is a large egg encrusted with precious jewels, apparently scavenged by a childless songbird. The egg is covered with a fine gold inlay and ornamented in lapis lazuli and mother of pearl. Unlike most eggs, this one is hinged and closed with a delicate-looking clasp. The egg appears extremely fragile. Well, I'm gonna take that. And we got some points. Our first points of the game. We got 5 points for taking the egg. Once we're done with that, we can head down. And then we can head back south. We're back north of house. We'll head east from here. And then we are behind the house. I should point out that if you jump from the tree, you will die. Don't do it. Like, be careful where you jump. It's useless anyway. All right, so we're behind the house. You're behind the White House. A path leads into the forest to the east. In one corner of the house, there's a small window, which is slightly ajar. Let's open that baby up. With great effort, you open the window far enough to allow entry. And the way to do that is actually by going west. I know that you would think that would take you back north of house, but that going west at this point will take you inside the house to the kitchen. This is actually when I was testing where I jumped and died. So I would recommend not jumping in the kitchen. Tell the kids. Kitchen. You are in the kitchen of the White House. A table seems to have been used recently for the preparation of food. A passage leads to the west and a dark staircase can be seen leading upward. A dark chimney leads down into the east. There is a small window which is open. On the table is an elongated brown sack smelling of hot peppers. A bottle is sitting on the table. The glass bottle contains a quantity of water. Well, I'm going to need that water, so let's take the bottle. Hooray, we got the bottle. We are then going to head west. We can just kind of ignore all the rest of this stuff here. And we're in the living room. You're in the living room. There's a doorway to the east, a wooden door with strange Gothic lettering to the west, which appears to be nailed shut. A trophy case, and a large oriental rug in the center of the room. Above the trophy case hangs an elvish sword of great antiquity. A battery-powered brass lantern is on the trophy case. All right, so this is an important room. This is where the trophy case is. As we talked about in the introduction, we need to put all of the stuff inside the trophy case. All the treasures that we were supposed to get, the 20 treasures of Zork, they need to go in that trophy case. This is where that is. That means this is an important room. There's also a lantern. That's going to be important. We obviously will need light. This is supposed to be an adventure game. You're going to need some light. There's going to be some dark spots. And then the elvish sword of great antiquity. This is another reference to Tolkien, to Middle-earth, to Lord of the Rings, however you want to phrase it. In Tolkien's universe, elvish swords, especially ones of great antiquity, are typically the strongest swords in the universe, or at least in his stories. So that is going to be a very good sword. I should also point out that elvish swords in Tolkien's universe, they glow blue whenever there is evil around. Typically in his stories, that means orcs, but in these stories, it'll be pretty much any evil that we come across. We'll talk more about the history of Middle-earth and all that in time. We'll get there. I keep on doing small references to it, but we'll do a big one eventually. All right, so what do I need at this point? I need to open up the case. Hooray, it's open. Then we can take the sword and take the lantern. Now, I'm still using the 2-word combinations, take sword, take lantern. If you wanted to do take the sword, it would work. I believe that you can even do take the elvish sword, and it would work. So if I typed in right now, take the brass lantern, it will all still work. I typically still stick to the 2 words because that's what I'm used to for these kinds of adventure games. So that's just the way that I continue to think about it. But you can be as verbose as you desire, and the game will sometimes figure it out for you. It's pretty smart about the English language here. Okay, once we have those, we can head east, back to the kitchen. Let's actually try to go down. A dark chimney leads down into the east, which, well, yeah, it's dark chimney leads down. Let's go head down the chimney. Only Santa Claus climbs down chimneys. Fine, I'll go up then. You have moved into a dark place. It is pitch black. You are likely to be eaten by a grue. Now, a grue is an original creation to Zork. It's basically just a monster, and you don't want to get eaten by it. Don't get eaten by a grue. Let's turn the lantern on. And now we can see what is around us. The brass lantern is now on. We're in the attic. This is the attic. The only exit is a stairway leading down. A large coil of rope is lying in the corner. On a table is a nasty-looking knife. Well, we're going to take the rope. That's the more useful thing here. Then, before we do anything else, we're going to turn the lantern off. We need to save the battery in the lantern, so we're only going to use it when we need to. Now we're going to head down and west. And we're back in the living room with the trophy case. We can't do anything with the egg just yet. We don't technically have the treasure that we need from that, so we're going to hold on to everything that we have. Nothing goes into the trophy case just yet. However, that rug seems to be important. So what we are going to do is move the rug. They keep mentioning it. Let's see what's under the rug. With a great effort, the rug is moved to one side of the room, revealing the dusty cover of a closed trap door. How'd it get so dusty if it's under the rug? Either way, we are going to open the trap door. Right, everything's a little bit of a process still. The door reluctantly opens to reveal a rickety staircase descending into the darkness. Let's head down. You've moved into a dark place. The trapdoor crashes shut and you hear someone barring it. Wait, there was someone in the house? It is pitch black. You're likely to be eaten by a grue. Your sword is glowing with a faint blue glow. All right, so let's turn the lantern on first. And we can see that we are in the cellar. You're in a dark and damp cellar with a narrow passageway leading north with a crawlway to the south. On the west is the bottom of a steep metal ramp, which is unclimbable. And remember, our sword is still faint blue. And that means that one room away, there is evil. So we're going to save. And we're going to call this Zork 1. That works for me. Okay. Let's head north here and hope for the best. This is a random chance here. Like, you can walk into this room and die. I would recommend not dying, but sometimes you don't have a choice. I didn't die. Hooray. The troll room. This is a small room with passages to the east and south and a forbidding hole leading west. Bloodstains and deep scratches, perhaps made by an axe, mar the walls. A nasty-looking troll brandishing a bloody axe blocks all passages out of the room. Your sword has begun to glow very brightly. And when it's very brightly, you need to deal with what's in front of you, like right now. So we're going to fight troll with sword. Your sword crashes down, knocking the troll into dreamland. Let's keep going. He needs to die. He can't just be knocked out. The unarmed troll cannot defend himself. He dies. Why do you make me feel bad about this? Almost as soon as the troll breathes his last breath, a cloud of sinister black fog envelops him, and when the fog lifts, the carcass has disappeared. Your sword is no longer glowing. This is a very descriptive game, I have to say. I do love it. All right, so we have killed the troll. Let's diagnose ourselves. You're in perfect health. You can be killed by a serious wound. Stop reminding me. But we are in perfect health. That means I took no damage. That is good. So we are going to save as Zork 2 and call that a day. And we're up to 40 points. Things are going well for me. The troll wasn't guarding anything or anything like that, so we're just going to move on. We're going to head west. This is now the maze. Maze. This is part of a maze of twisty little passages all alike. Now, the maze is one of the most confusing parts of the game because it's a maze. In particular, going one direction and then doubling back is not guaranteed to take you to the same spot. So if you go north and then decide, oh, maybe I don't want to do this, let's go back south, you're not going to be in the same spot sometimes. So the best way to do it is either to get a map or to follow directions. That way you can get through the maze and not get completely lost. With that said, we are going to try to avoid some random encounters here. In case you find a thief, just give the egg to the thief and move on. That doesn't seem quite right, but that's what needs to happen. We are going to hopefully avoid the thief, but yeah, do not kill the thief. You can lose the game by doing that. So let's head south, then east, and up. This is part of a maze of twisty little passages all alike. A skeleton, probably the remains of a luckless adventurer, lies here. Beside the skeleton is a rusty knife. The deceased adventurer's useless lantern is here. There is a skeleton key here. An old leather bag bulging with coins is here. Now, do not disturb the skeleton either, because doing that will bring a ghost and you'll be banished to the land of the living dead, which means that you need to restore a game. Let's be honest. All right, so all that I really want here are the coins. Not even the skeleton key is going to make the cut. We're going to head southwest from here, then east, then south. Yeah. All right. I don't need to save here, but the sword is glowing with a faint blue glow. We need to go southeast from here, and we're back to the Cyclops room. Well, not back, but we made it to the Cyclops room. This room has an exit on the northwest and a staircase leading up. A Cyclops who looks prepared to eat horses, much less mere adventurers, blocks the staircase. From his state of health and the bloodstains on the walls, you gather that he is not very friendly. Though he likes people, your sword has begun to glow very brightly. All right, so we're not actually going to fight the Cyclops. We're going to outsmart him by saying, and I think I have to put the quotes here, Ulysses. Do I put it in full quotes? Say Ulysses. There we go. For those of you that are unaware, Ulysses is the Roman name of Odysseus. So those are the same person. And this is a reference to the Odyssey, in which there is a Cyclops, and Ulysses doesn't do nice things to the Cyclops, and the Cyclops is mad at him. We'll put it that way in case, for whatever reason, you guys don't want me to spoil it. But yes, it's a reference to that where Odysseus encounters a Cyclops, and it doesn't work out so well for the Cyclops. All right, so I said Ulysses. The Cyclops, hearing the name of his father's deadly nemesis, flees the room by knocking down the wall on the east of the room. Your sword is no longer glowing. I did it. Okay. We're going to head northwest at this point. Then we're going to drop the coins. We're going to head southeast. And, all right, we have a new description here, don't we? This room has an exit on the northwest and a staircase leading up. The east wall, previously solid, now has a Cyclops-sized opening in it. Hopefully we can fit through that. We're going to save. We're going to call it Zark 3. And then we are going to go up, because I haven't encountered the thief yet. And I want to. All right. You hear a scream of anguish as you violate the robber's hideaway. That's not a good sign. Using passages unknown to you, he rushes to its defense. The thief gestures mysteriously, and the treasures in the room suddenly vanish. Yeah, so we snuck in on the thief. He kind of free roams around, but we didn't encounter him, so we went to him. He's able to get back to his room very quickly. I wish we could do that. All right, treasure room. This is a large room whose east wall is solid granite. A number of discarded bags, which crumble at your touch, are scattered about on the floor. I didn't say to touch them. There is an exit down a staircase. There is a suspicious-looking individual holding a large bag leaning against one wall. He is armed with a deadly stiletto. There is a silver chalice intricately engraved here. Your sword has begun to glow very brightly. The thief strikes like a snake. The resulting wound is serious. I don't want that to happen. Nah, we're gonna restore and try this again. I don't want to have damage done to me. All right, so we're gonna head up. The thief rams the haft of his blade into your stomach, leaving you out of breath. I think that's okay. What we're going to do is to give the egg to the thief, like we mentioned before. The thief is taken aback by your unexpected generosity, but accepts the jewel-encrusted egg and stops to admire its beauty. Then we're going to head down, back to the Cyclops room, northwest. Then we're going to take the coins, which the thief would have stolen from us if we had it, which is why we dropped it. An old leather bag bulging with coins is here. All right, taken. A seedy-looking individual with a large bag just wandered through the room. On the way through, he quietly abstracted some valuables from the room and from your possession, mumbling something about doing unto others before. All right, so let's try this again. I don't want him to take my stuff. All right, let's head back up. Okay. The resulting wound is serious. No. Up. I think we're okay with the out of breath. All right, give egg to thief. Then we're going to go down and northwest. Take coins. See, now we're fine. Then we'll head southeast. Then we'll head east into the strange passage. This is a long passage. To the west is one entrance. On the east, there is an old wooden door with a large opening in it, about Cyclops size. And then we'll head east one more time. And we're in the living room again. You're in the living room. There's a doorway to the east. To the west is a Cyclops-shaped opening in an old wooden door, above which is some strange Gothic lettering, a trophy case, and a closed trap door at your feet. All right, let's open the case and put treasure in case. Done. And we have 80 points now. Let's also diagnose. I'm still in perfect health. Okay, good. Then we will save. This is Zork 4. Yeah, we put the coins in there is basically what happens. If I look at the case, look at the case. There we go. We have your collection of treasures consists of a leather bag of coins. Hooray! Okay. Now we have some work to do. Let's head down. No. Open trap door. Then down. Okay. Then we'll go north to the troll room. We're going to leave the axe. East to the east-west passage. Then we're going to go north from here to the chasm. The chasm runs southwest to northeast, and the path follows it. You're on the south side of the chasm, where a crack opens into a passage. Then we're going to go northeast to the reservoir south. You're in a long room on the south shore of a large lake, far too deep and wide for crossing. There is a path along the stream to the east or west, a steep pathway climbing southwest along the edge of a chasm, and a path leading into a canyon to the southeast. All right, from here, we want to go east to the dam. You are standing on the top of the flood control dam number 3, which was quite a tourist attraction in times far distant. There are paths to the north, south, and west, and a scramble down. The sluice gates on the dam are closed. Behind the dam, there can be seen a wide reservoir. Water is pouring over the top of the now abandoned dam. There's a control panel here on which a large metal bolt is mounted. Directly above the bolt is a small green plastic bubble. That is a lot of information. And what we need to do with it is head north to the dam lobby. This room appears to have been the waiting room for groups touring the dam. There are open doorways here to the north and east marked private, and there is a path leading south over the top of the dam. Some guidebooks entitled Flood Control Dam Number 3 are on the reception desk. There is a matchbook whose cover says, "Visit beautiful FCD number 3 here." We're going to get the matchbook. You can also use take, either one. All right, let's head south, back to the dam. We'll head south again to the deep canyon. I think this is new. You're on the south side of a deep canyon. Passages lead off to the east, northwest, and southwest. The stairway leads down. You can hear the sound of flowing water from below. Then we want to go down to the loud room. This is a large room with a ceiling which cannot be detected from the ground. There is a narrow passage from east to west and a stone stairway leading upward. The room is deafeningly loud with an undetermined rushing sound. The sound seems to reverberate from all of the walls, making it difficult even to think. On the ground is a large platinum bar. I believe at this point we can't do anything. We want to do something, but we can't. So we're going to head west. It's too loud to do anything. We've made it to the round room. This is a circular stone room with passages in all directions. Several of them have unfortunately been blocked by cave-ins. That doesn't sound good. We're going to go southeast from here to the Engravings Cave. You have entered a low cave with passages leading northwest and east. There are old engravings on the walls here. We're going to head east from here to the dome room. You are at the periphery of a large dome, which forms the ceiling of another room below. Protecting you from a precipitous drop is a wooden railing, which circles the dome. Yeah, you could try to jump from here. We want to go down, but, jumping would be death. So we're going to tie rope to railing. The rope drops over the side and comes within 10 feet of the floor. Then we're going to go down to the torch room. This is a large room with a prominent doorway leading to a down staircase. Above you is a large dome. Up above the edge of the dome, 20 feet up, is a wooden railing. In the center of the room sits a white marble pedestal. A piece of rope descends from the railing above, ending some 5 feet above your head. Sitting on the pedestal is a flaming torch made of ivory. So we're going to want that, but not yet. Let's head south. We made it to the temple. This is the north end of a large temple. On the east wall is an ancient inscription, probably a prayer in a long-forgotten language. Below the prayer is a staircase leading down. The west wall is solid granite. The exit to the north end of the room is through huge marble pillars. There is a brass bell here. We're going to take the bell to start. Then we're going to go south to the altar. This is the south end of a large temple. In front of you is what appears to be an altar. In one corner is a small hole in the floor which leads into darkness. Probably could not get back up it. On the two ends of the altar are burning candles. On the altar is a large black book. Open to page 569. What do we want to do at this point? I think we want to take the candles first. Then we're going to take the book. Then we're going to go down to the cave. This is a tiny cave with entrances west and north and a dark, forbidding staircase leading down. And my sword is glowing again. That's not good. Let's go ahead and save, just to be on the safe side. What are we on? 5. A gust of wind blows out your candles. That's not good. Open the matchbook. I have 5 matches. Let's ring the bell here. Ding dong. I don't think I did it quite right. Let's head down again. There we go. Yeah, I was one room away from where I needed to be, but the sword threw me off. Entrance to Hades. You are outside a large gateway which is inscribed, "Abandon all hope, all ye who enter here." The gate is open. Through it you can see a desolation with a pile of mangled bodies in one corner. Thousands of voices lamenting some hideous fate can be heard. The way through the gate is barred by evil spirits who jeer at your attempts to pass. Your sword has begun to glow very brightly. This is bad. Let's ring the bell here. The bell suddenly becomes red hot and falls to the ground. The wraiths, as if paralyzed, stop their jeering and slowly turn to face you. On their ashen faces, the expression of a long-forgotten terror takes shape. In your confusion, the candles drop to the ground, and they are out. Well, they were already out, so that's fine. We're going to light the match. When the match starts to burn, light candles with match. The candles are lit. The match has gone out. Fair enough. We're going to wave the candles. Waving the pair of candles has no effect. The flames flicker wildly and appear to dance. The earth beneath your feet trembles and your legs nearly buckle beneath you. The spirits cower at your unearthly power. I wave the candles. Now we read the book. Each word of the prayer reverberates through the hall in a deafening confusion. As the last word fades, a voice loud and commanding speaks, "Begone, fiends!" A heart-stopping scream fills the cavern, and the spirits, sensing a greater power, flee through the walls. Your sword is no longer glowing. We did it. Okay. Now, what we want to do is pour the water on the bell. This is not, I don't believe this is 100% necessary, but I always do it just to be on the safe side. The water cools the bell and has evaporated. The bell appears to have cooled down. This is how you can't, like, basically what we did was an exorcism. We scared the demons away. If you fail at it, you have a second shot at it here by pouring the water on the bell and taking the bell again. But we did it the first time. We also want to put the candles out. The flame is extinguished. So we can save the wax. We're going to need as much of the candle as we can get as well. And we can drop the bottle. We're done with the bottle. We don't need that anymore. Let's head south, and we've made it to the land of the dead. This is where the ghost could have taken you before, but if you weren't prepared for that, that's pretty much death for you anyway. You have entered the land of the living dead. Thousands of lost souls can be heard weeping and moaning. In the corner are stacked the remains of dozens of previous adventurers less fortunate than yourself. A passage exits to the north. Lying in one corner of the room is a beautifully carved crystal skull. It appears to be grinning at you rather nastily. I haven't talked about it, but Hades, of course, is from Greek mythology. To be honest, I thought that one was kind of a gimme, but, you know, not everybody knows Greek mythology. So, yeah, Hades is Greek. Ulysses is Roman. In Roman mythology, I have to think about this one for a second. Hades was known as Pluto. So, there you go. But we've made it to the land of the dead. Not sure how to feel about that. But we're going to go ahead and take the crystal skull, which is a treasure that it's kind of unclear where they came from or who made them. So there's a lot of conspiracy theories about it. For more information, do not watch the movie about it. Take it. Okay, let's get out of here now. We'll head north to the entrance of Hades. We'll head up and north 3 times. We're in the mirror room. I think that's new. You're in a large square room with tall ceilings on the south wall. Is an enormous mirror which fills the entire wall. There are exits on the other 3 sides of the room. Head north again to the narrow passage. This is a long and narrow corridor where a long north-south passageway briefly narrows even further. North a 3rd time to the round room, which we have talked about before. Then we'll head west to the east-west passage. West again to the troll room. And south to the cellar. In a dark and damp cellar with a narrow passageway leading north and with a crawlway to the south. On the west is the bottom of a steep metal ramp, which is unclimbable. Back underneath the trap door, if you remember correctly. Okay, let's head south to the east of chasm. You are on the east edge of a chasm, the bottom of which cannot be seen. A narrow passage goes north, and the path you are on continues to the east. From here, I want to go east to the gallery. This is an art gallery. Most of the paintings have been stolen by vandals with exceptional taste. The vandals left through either the north or west exits. Fortunately, there's there is still one chance for you to be a vandal, for on the far wall is a painting of unparalleled beauty. Well, I want that. Then I can kind of go back west, north, and up. Back to the living room. Hooray! We did it. Do I want to put stuff in? I think I do. Put treasures in case. Put all treasures in case. Done. Painting and crystal skulls there. We're going to take the bag of coins back, though. We do have we lost some points there. We went from 115 to 110 because we took the coins out of the case, but we are going to need it. All right, we're also going to need to save. We're on number 6 here. Okay. Let's go north. Yeah, that's not right. Going ahead of myself. All right, west to the strange passage. This is a long passage to the west is one entrance. On the east there is an old wooden door with a large opening in it. West again to the Cyclops room, and then north from here. I thought that was it. Do they mean up? There we go. Back to his treasure room. That's probably important. The thief attacks and you fall back desperately. That's probably not good. Let's try this again. So we'll go west, and then we'll save here. That way we don't have to keep doing that over and over. And we'll go up. Okay, there we go. Same as we have seen before, but the last one this time is you parry a lightning thrust, and the thief salutes you with a grim nod. Hooray! We didn't do bad this time. Give coins to thief? The thief is taken aback by your unexpected generosity, but accepts the leather bag of coins and stops to admire its beauty. This is our chance. Kill thief with the sword! Your stroke lands, but it was only the flat of the blade. The thief attacks and you fall back desperately. Kill thief with sword. You're still recovering from that last blow, so your attack is ineffective. The thief slowly approaches, strikes like a snake, and leaves you wounded. Yeah, we're gonna have to restore that. Let's go up. The butt of his stiletto cracks you on the skull and you stagger back. Give coins to thief. And kill thief with sword. Clang, crash, the thief parries. The stiletto touches your forehead and the blood obscures your vision. Things are not going well for me so far, so let's try that again. The thief draws blood, raking his stiletto across your arm. That's also not good. Like, it's so random, the fighting in this one. A long theatrical slash. You catch it on your sword, but the thief twists his knife and the sword goes flying. Get sword. Taken. He left me wounded. I was hoping that like maybe I could get it and not get hurt, but that did not happen. Up. Nope. Up. Deep cut in my upper arm. Up. Pinks your left arm. This is a new one. A quick thrust pinks your left arm and blood starts to trickle down. Like, no, this is not what we want. Up. The thief stabs nonchalantly with his stiletto and misses. That's a good one. All right, give coins to thief. Kill thief with sword. The thief is staggered and drops to his knees. The thief slowly regains his feet. Kill thief with sword. You charge, but the thief jumps nimbly aside. The stiletto flashes faster than you can follow, and blood wells from your leg. I think at this point I can deal with having some damage. I'm going to try again. Your stroke lands, but it was only the flat of the blade. Yeah, I can't take 2 hits, though. Up. No. Like, this is one of the downsides of the game, is like it's so random. The thief neatly flips the sword out of your hands and it drops to the floor. Get the sword. Actually, we'll give coins to thief first. We'll try it this way. Get sword. Yeah, I only have the one turn after I give the coins to him. All right, let's try it again. It just says I fall back desperately. Give coins to thief. Kill thief with sword. It didn't work. We're gonna get this. Stop hitting me on the skull. Nope. There we go. You parry a lightning thrust. Give coins to thief. Okay. Can I save here? Sork 8. Okay, we'll save there. This is a good one. I usually don't have to do that, but things have not been going well for me today. Thief is staggered and drops to his knees. The thief slowly regains his feet. Kill thief with sword. No. Sork 8. Kill thief with sword. The quickness of your thrust knocks the thief back stunned. Let's try again. Kill thief with sword. I have the elvish sword. The thief's weapon is knocked to the floor, leaving him unarmed. The robber, somewhat surprised at this turn of events, nimbly retrieves his stiletto. Kill thief with sword. A quick stroke, but the thief is on guard. The stiletto flashes faster than you can follow, and blood wells from your leg. Kill him. Kill him. With the sword. I've died! A quick stroke, but the thief is on guard. Shifting in the midst of a thrust, the thief knocks you unconscious with the haft of his stiletto. The thief, forgetting his essentially genteel upbringing, cuts your throat. It appears that that last blow was too much for you. I'm afraid you are dead. You have died. And they took me back to the entrance of Hades. As you take your last breath, you feel relieved of your burdens. The feeling passes as you find yourself before the gates of hell, where the spirits jeer at you and deny you entry. Your senses are disturbed. The objects in the dungeon appear indistinct, bleach of color, even unreal. There's so much going on here, but I don't care because I'm going back to kill the thief. Your sword misses. You would think that all of this would count as training. But it's too slow, and the thief dodges. No! This is not good. Like, nothing seems to work, and I know this is how you do it. I know this is how it works. I've done it before. Nope. Like, it's just luck at this point, and apparently I have none, which is why I'm save state abusing in order to get it. Okay, the thief is momentarily disoriented and can't fight back. Well, I mean, it's just a nothing. Nope. Kill thief with sword. Like, do I just keep going until I die or he dies? You're still recovering from that last blow. Of course I am. Kill thief with sword. Just kill him. He just keeps on doing little damage to me, but I can't seem to kill him. And I died again. Alright, we're just gonna keep going until he is dead. Regardless of if he does damage to me. I'm gonna stop caring about damage. The thief is stunned but can still fight, and then the blow lands, making a shallow gash in the thief's arm. Oh, he got my sword. Kill thief with sword. Kill thief with sword. Knocking the thief into dreamland. All right, kill thief with sword. The unarmed thief cannot defend himself. He dies. Almost as soon as the thief breathes his last breath, a cloud of sinister black fog envelops him, and when the fog lifts, the carcass has disappeared. As the thief dies, the power of his magic decreases, and his treasures reappear. We have the coins, a stiletto, a jewel-encrusted egg, with a golden clockwork canary. The chalice is now safe to take. Your sword is no longer glowing. Yeah, that was bad. That took a lot, but we made it. I'm still in perfect health. You can survive one serious wound. Okay, we did it. You can also hit again and all that kind of stuff. Jeez, that was bad. You could also try to give the skull to the thief, but as far as I could tell, like we weren't getting anywhere with that one. Yeah, let's save. Kalazork 9. Jeez. Down. And then we'll go... Oh, I forgot to take all the stuff, didn't I? Jeez. Take all. Just take everything. My load is too heavy for all that stuff. That's not good. All right, down, east, east. Put all treasures in case. Then we'll go west, west, up. Take all. I'm holding too many things, but then they grab the next one. All right, down, east, east. Put all treasures in case. It's just the chalice. West, west, up, take all. I'm still holding too many things. What do I have here? All right, we're gonna drop the leaflet. We're gonna drop the bell. Take egg. And then we're gonna go down, east, east. Put all treasures in case. All right. The golden clockwork canary. That's easy for you to say since you don't even have the golden clockwork canary. I am very confused right now as to what's happening. Let's do I want to restore at this point? I don't think I do, but I'm gonna try. All right, take all treasures. Yeah, we're gonna have to drop the bell, drop the book, and then take egg, take chalice. Okay, then we're going to go down, east, east, put all treasures in case. It's still telling me the same thing. That's easy for you to say since you don't even have the golden clockwork canary. West, west, up. Does it still say it's there? It doesn't say that it's there. I'm going to take the stiletto. I'm confused about the canary. But I think we'll figure that out. No, let's restore. I'm a little confused about this canary here. Can I just take the canary right now? There we go. That will help. And then take all. And yeah, they just don't want to give stuff to me. Let's head back to the trophy case, put all treasures in case, and then we'll drop stuff here. Drop the bell, drop the book. I don't think we're going to need those anymore. What else do we have? Drop the leaflet. I mean, we don't really need that. Okay, west, west, and up. Then we should be able to take all. Not quite. Let's head down, east, and east. Put all treasures in case. Then we'll head back west, west, and up. And take the chalice. Then head east, down, east, east. Put all treasures in case. And then let's make sure I have everything that I need. I do. I have the stiletto, which is nice. We're up to 145 points. We're getting there. Let's go down. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Up. Okay, then we'll go west, west, and then I believe that from here, yeah, this canary thing is throwing me off. Let's take the canary. We need that thing. Go east to the kitchen, east again to behind the house, and then we will wind the canary. The canary chirps blithely, if somewhat tinnily, for a short time. Oh, I think I need to go north a couple times here. North of house. Then to the forest path. Yes, to the large tree. Then wind the canary here. The canary chirps slightly off key, an aria from a forgotten opera. From out of the greenery flies a lovely songbird. It perches on a limb just over your head and opens its beak to sing. As it does so, a beautiful brass bauble drops from its mouth, bounces off the top of your head, and lands glimmering in the grass. As the canary winds down, the songbird flies away. All right. We'll take the bauble. We'll head south, east, west, west, back to the living room. Okay. That canary was just throwing me so far off. Put all treasure in case, and we will save, and we'll call this Zork 10. We're up to 147 points. How much longer do we have? I think we have quite a ways to go. That we do. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. This is going to do it for this video. This is going to be a two-part video. We're going to have the intro and all of this up to this point here. And then we are going to continue from this point in Zork and have the conclusion of our normal background in the next video. That is going to do it for Zork for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. My name is Baller Scuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. I hope you guys have enjoyed Zork. I hope you laughed. I hope you learned. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.